Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I am painting a 40mm Confederate Rifleman from Foundry miniatures. It's part of a small commission I'm working on for a client. Very cool model, lots of detail. We're going to be using Vallejo paints mostly, as well as a couple of Games Workshop washes. To start with, I've given the rifle a dry brush with metallic paint. You just dry brush that on very quickly, and then we'll go on to the wood first. I decided to go with the wood of the rifle as well as the flesh first. So for the rifle, I apply a coat of mahogany brown. I think mahogany brown's a really nice colour to as a base coat. So now that that coat has dried, I'm going to get a beige brown. I'm going to mix that in with the mahogany on the wet palette. I'll probably use about 1 part mahogany to 3 parts beige brown. Mix that in, and then what you can see me doing is feathering in the wood grain effect. It sort of acts as a highlight, but also gives that impression of the wood grain. Once that's dry, I then add in a little bit more beige brown into the mix, as well as a Iraqi sand, and then just give that a final highlight on the high edges, the high points of the wood stock there. Just picking out those lines as carefully as I can. There we are. The rifle is now complete, apart from a bit of a wash, which we'll do at the end. Next up, to work on the flesh, I am going to apply a base coat of a Vallejo Panzer Aces Light Rust. I think that gives a really nice foundation for the rest of the flesh tones that we're going to use. Then I'm going to add Panzer Aces Flesh Base. I'm going to mix it in with the Light Rust. Probably 50-50 mix, and then you want to pick out the raised points, just leaving the deepest recesses in the Light Rust colour. You want to be covering about the vast majority of the skin here, and like I say, just leave the deepest areas. Once you've done that, it's then time to apply the Panzer Aces Flesh Base, just the paint straight out of the pot. And again, we're looking at the raised areas, but you're looking now at this is kind of our middle paint. So again, you want to leave the recesses behind to just go over those areas we did before, but just leaving just a small amount behind again in the slightly deeper areas, so we're sort of building up to those higher points. Now we're going to add Panzerace's highlight flesh to that flesh base. Probably about 50-50 mix again. And this time we are looking at the really high points now, so the knuckles, bridge of the nose, ears, although the ears aren't visible in this model, the upper cheek areas. And the final stage for the flesh is to add a bit more of the highlight flesh into the mix, so it's pretty much 100% highlight flesh at this stage. And we're just looking to pick out the tips of the knuckles and the top of the nose, the top of the ears, the very highest points, and this is where the model really starts to pop and looks great. That's looking good. Now let's move on to the eyes. Now I tend to keep things quite simple for eyes. To start with, I just get some black paint, thin it right down, and then we just want to apply a small horizontal line just across the slit to start with, and then once that's done we're going to add the white areas after that. Now's the tricky part. What we want to do is to get a little bit of that highlight flesh from earlier, the main almost white colour, because it's an off-white really, and then just apply little dots either side of the black. What you'll find is that the paint very easily dries on the tip of your brush, so it's using the wet palette helps there, as it keeps the paint wet, so it's easier to do those dots. But if you make mistakes, it's very easy to do. Just go back with that black line and start again. Some people like to use magnifying glasses, which will be helpful also for this. But with a bit of practice, it's not so bad. I really hope you're enjoying all this content I've been putting out lately. I've got so many ideas on how I want to grow the channel, and I've been getting lots of feedback from all of you guys as well, so please keep it coming. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll look to get part 2 out for this video early next week, where we'll look at the uniform, leathers, and all the good stuff there. That'd be cool. In the meantime, thanks for taking the time to view my content, and I'll see you at the next one. Take care.